Fractions Intervention Part 1. The children ordered pizza. Yay! But wait a minute. There's 4 children and only 1 pizza. What can they do? The boys have an idea. They think the pizza should be divided up like this. They say the girls eat less than boys, so the girls can have those little outer parts and they'll have the big slices. Do you think that's fair? Ha! The girls agree with you. That is definitely not fair. So how can we divide the pizza in order for it to be fair? That is right. We should divide the pizza into 4 equal parts. And that is what fractions are all about. Dividing things up into equal parts, because fractions are always fair. So the bottom number of a fraction will always tell us into how many parts something was divided up into. But wait a minute. There's 6 cookies and 3 children. We can't break each cookie into 3 parts. That will be messy. So what can we do? You are very smart. We divide the cookies up amongst the children. So each child will get 2 cookies. But what is the fraction? The cookies were divided up into 3 equal parts. So the bottom number of the fraction will be 3. Into how many equal parts are the following divided up into? Quickly count the slices of the cake. Do you know what the bottom number will be? If you counted 8 slices, you are correct. Let's look at the Smarties. In how many equal parts were the Smarties divided up into? Please don't say 3. Each child will get 3 Smarties, but how many equal groups are there? There's 5 groups. Into how many equal parts is the cake divided up into? Quickly count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces. Hi, Emma. Emma, 8? One of those pieces. So that is what the fraction will look like. The bottom number tells us into how many pieces the cake was divided up into. Please remember equal pieces. And how many pieces are eaten or given away or are left. That is shown by the top number. Into how many equal parts are the following divided up into? Let's look at number 1. Quickly count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Number 2. 1, 2, 3. Number 3. 5 equal parts. Well done. And number 4. 6 equal parts. You're very smart. How many of the equal parts are colored in? At number 1, well done. 3 of the 4 equal parts were colored in. Number 2, 1. Number 3, 3 of the 5 equal parts were colored in. And number 4, 1 of the 6 equal parts was colored in. Oh, here's a challenge. Into how many equal parts were the following divided up into? Now, you must remember fractions are about equal parts. So, how many groups do we count at number 1? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 equal groups. That's right. And number 2? You are very smart. And number 3? 5 equal groups. And number 4, 4 equal groups. How many of those groups are colored in at number 1? 3. Well done. And number 2? 2. Number 3? You're very smart. 4 of the 5 equal parts were colored in. And number 4? 2 of the 4 equal parts were colored in. How many parts was the whole divided up into? Definitely not 3. We never get a pizza with 1 slice missing. So originally there were 4 equal parts. How many of those parts were eaten? Because it's gone. 1. Then how many of the parts are left? That is right. 3 of the 4 equal parts are left. The bottom number is called the denominator. The denominator tells us into how many equal parts something was divided up into. And the top number is called the numerator. The numerator tells us the number of pieces or equal parts or groups that were eaten, given away, or are left. Let's look at these pictures. In both cases, the circle and the dots, they were divided up into 2 equal parts. And how many of those equal parts are colored in? 1. So the bottom number will be 2 and the top number will be 1. And we call this fraction 1/2. In the next picture, the circle was divided up into 4 equal parts and the dots were divided up into 4 equal groups. So the bottom number will be 4. Well done. And how many of those equal parts are colored in? Just 1. We call this fraction 1/4. Now, can you tell me what the fraction is? How many equal parts do we have? 3. And how many of those equal parts are colored in? 1. We call this fraction 1/3. Can you tell what the fraction is? Well done, 3/5. Now, let's just recap. If you look at this picture, may we say that this picture is an indication of a fraction and that it is 3/5? No way. This is not a fraction because it's not fair. Fractions are all about fairness. The circle does not show 3/5 because it was not divided up into equal parts. I hope you've had fun. Please be on the lookout for part 2.